Welcome. Welcome to Mending Threads. This is your safe place and your stronghold for whole body wellness. This is a transformation series, mind, body, and spirit. So when you ask yourself this morning with the approaching holidays, how can I remain healthier? What are my thoughts about and how can I center my thoughts? What do I need to do in order to answer some of the questions of sadness that I'm experiencing? This is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about interventions, things that we can do to really look at holiday health. And we have with us today, um, I have a new name for her, and it's called Curly Shay. I have to see what that's about because I have been calling her Miss Ortega. Okay,
Ex-
so now I'm going to find out what Miss Curly Shay is about. And we also have Mr. Sam from Rooted to Wellness. Good morning, good morning.
How
And
you
then I
doing?
think we have Dr. Guyton on um, with Winning Wellness. Okay, so good morning, everybody. Good morning. We know that when they see the show, it will be evening. But I'm wishing you and our Facebook audience good morning. And those that will look at the show in the evening and YouTube, it will be in the evening at 7 p.m. Thank you. So I do want to look at we're going to start with our co host this morning, who is rooted to wellness, Mr. Sam. I wanted to see if you could just help us understand um, what health, and this is to everybody, but he's going to start, what health means to you. What is health?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Dr. Lewis. Health is everything. Because, like, let's take away the TH at the end of health. It's heal. And we go through so many things in life, but our design by our creator has given us the opportunity to heal from all the wounds that we go through and all the traumas that we go through in life. And as you heal, you become stronger and stronger, and you grow wisdom, you grow wise, and it helps you experience life in a new way every single day. And the thing that we do is we grieve our soul, we grieve our body with the things we put in our body, the thoughts that we have in our mind, the environment that we choose to be around. And the main thing is like when it comes to health, if you don't have health, you do not have anything. Do you know like there's certain businesses that would never go out of business, like caregiving, right? Caregiving, taking care of the elderly. And you see people are becoming younger and younger, not able to do for themselves. I also do caregiving as well. And I realize that, you helping people, you want the best for them. You want to rehabilitate them.
Mhm.
But you see that they're it's like a prison. They're like stuck to a chair, to the bed. You can't go to the restroom by yourself.
Well, I
Like
see. I know what you're speaking about.
it's touching. This is a reminder
Hmm.
to me every single day that I want to be able to do for myself. I don't want to be a burden on anybody else, but unless there's a freak accident that happens, it's a choice. And I know
Hmm.
society is set up to lead people into this lifestyle because around this time of the year, we eat the unhealthiest period. And on top of that is stress because you want to have financial gain so you can spend the money due to the holiday season. And it is unneeded stress on the body. On top of that, you're eating unhealthy food, you're getting less sunlight, and that's why most people there's an increase in heart attacks and stroke during this time of the year than any time of the year.
Hmm.
And I need people to understand health is everything. We had you had a billionaire that was Steve Jobs. He had $55 billion. You realize that if you don't have your health, nothing matters. It's just a piece of paper. This whole entire world can crumble at my feet, the whole construct. But I'm still here. I'm the power. I'm everything. Without people, none of these things will be here in the first place. We need to start putting value back on ourselves, within ourselves, instead of looking outside of ourselves. And then we will value ourselves more. We'll put life into our body. So I said before, look at the definition of food. It is a
Mhm.
substance that you eat or drink that sustain life. We're eating dead foods and it's costing us dearly and bringing deadly things into our lives. And
Mhm.
it's changing our mindset. These foods, these so-called foods that y'all eat are drugs to the point that you're unable to quit. And I spoke on this when I was at the event with you on last week. I said the same people we see on the street, walking in the streets, maybe homeless, maybe addicted to drugs. We're the same people. It's just a different vice. And I
Right.
said 9 times out of 10, they live longer because they walk every day and get sunlight.
I have a question. So I wanted to see if we could address what you're saying because movement and other aspects play the part. And I know there's a cultural aspect and the development of a habit that's important. So I wanted to see how um, Miss Curly Shay, I'm practicing her name, everybody. This is new to me. I thought it was Miss Ortega. So we're going to go with Miss Curly Shay and say, Miss Curly Shay, could you respond? And I'm going to have also Dr. G to respond. Can you respond to what Brother Sam is speaking about in terms of our food, but how it relates from your perspective of health?
Yes. Um, First off, thank you so much for allowing us here, allowing me here to speak. And thank you, Sam, for your words of wisdom. There are lots of different variations of choices that we have out here in this world. And the choices that we make will either create or destroy ourselves and ourself is very important to have as a center focus on our nucleus for us to be that center focal nucleus. And so what type of like electrons and protons we exchange with our environments is reflected in our body and our unconscious choices now because we don't see this enigma of exchange happening around us, but we do feel, for example, its presence and experience the effects. For example, when you go to the doctor and they say that, oh, it's stress, what does that mean? Is there a word in the room, or is there like a wind that comes through that you see and pushes stresses into you? Like, is it a force? It's not something that you can see at all. You don't see stress, you don't see madness, but when you walk in a room, someone's mad. So these I feel like when you slow down with breath into the senses, through the body, through movements, you're able get to slow down to the simplicity of it all. Um, Excuse me. So you're able to slow down to the simplicity of it all through your senses and really tap into a state of rest, of peace. And that's where your cells start regenerating, not in a state of stress or chaos and cortisol's throwing off and hormones being going out and there's a lot of information going back and forth. We find restoration sleeping,
Mm-hmm.
and so in a lot of moments too, how to heal even emotionally, right? I like to focus on a lot of emotional intelligence, is through so much going back, so much chaos back and forth. There comes to a point of I might break.
So you're right on track right there, because what both of you are saying is that even during this time, in a sense, even when you were doing the breathing, when you were just saying the word breathing and you were doing the breathing, as we would breathe, what we knew, and those that practiced it with her when she was doing it right then, is that that you are, and I was in the moment with myself at that time. So, in other words, then I'm going to ask this. So, what we're saying is that
When,
there's an unconscious way, and
yes,
that if,
when you stop outputting, you allow the true input of who you are to come
yes,
through a release of external worries, responsibilities, and thoughts other than what you need for yourself, your own needs. Truly healing thyself, or your cells within, and that resonating through your emotional state, your thought frequency, through your auric field, is being in a relationship, a conscious relationship of that input and output, and the only way you can do that is by slowing down.
so if we
Slow.
were in the spot with you at the same moment, which I can't wait. We don't have a first Saturday outreach this Saturday at the church, because they will be out of the area doing a workshop. And but the thing is you were just speaking, and so what I wanted to say is there's an exercise I saw you unconsciously doing just then, and it is where you put your hands up once you find your spot. Once you find your piece, you put your hands up and you just go all the way around, and you let yourself know that that's your area, and you can almost feel it when you're in that spot. And I saw you doing that just then unconsciously. You were, as you were speaking about it, which is something you could let show the audience how to do it at a moment. You see?
That, and that's so important that you shared. You notice an unconscious gesture of mine, because so many times we think the answers, and we're stressed out because we don't know where the answers are, but they're right here within us. And that's an example right there itself, is your body is naturally doing things. When you're scared, or when you're nervous and worried about someone's energy, you're not sure how intentful, like positive their intent is, naturally we go like this, or women will go like this. We hug ourselves, we hold our heart space, the woman does, to not allow ourselves to get overly attached or overly emotional with this person because they don't seem safe in the moment. A man covers over his solar plexus, to not allow his willpower to be manipulated or over controlled. But that's not what we're thinking in the moment. Is a natural reaction.
Yes.
It's a natural response. And so slowing it down again with the breath allows us to be interconnected to the answers and the missing pieces that we've tensified or forced dormant through calcification within our own body.
Thank you so much. I know that you have to leave. You did say that you had to leave just around 11:30 in case anybody had any questions or responses or asked you to respond. We know that you do have to leave. So, Brother Guyton, Dr. Guyton, is into winning wellness, is into wealth and health as it relates to foot care. So looking at the whole area as it relates to foot care. So I want to see how he would respond to what both of you have said in terms of what health is from his point of view. And then we'll get into this holiday period.
Well, greetings and great day, everyone. I'm excited, ignited, and delighted to be here with such amazing healers that are on this session. And I always say I'm not here to compete with anybody, but to complete and bring the information that I have and allow it to be added to what you do and to get the results, and that's being well. See, I don't put health and wellness in the same sentence. Health is a noun, Wellness is a verb. There are things that you must do to become well and to be well. And when you do those things, then you will equal or you will become that noun healthy. If you're
Yes.
not willing to do the work, and you can forget about the other results that you're talking about being healthy.
Yes.
You have to do the work. You have to put the work in. You have to, like Dr. Joe's talking about, like Sister Curtis talking about. These are components that when you do that and you find yourself allowing that to make you well, at the end of the journey, guess what you'll be? You'll be healthy. And until then, you get health and wellness. That's just like saying great and mighty. It's great and then there's mighty. But great and mighty. I mean, you can become all of that, but you have to do the work that's necessary so you can become that what you desire, who you desire to be, and that's healthy. And if you don't do the stuff to make you well, you can forget about being healthy.
So I think all of you are talking about something that's so valuable. We're talking about unconsciousness. We're talking about what we do. We're talking about the practice and wellness and what. But what we have not said are the words. So a man thinketh, so is he. So you see, in other words, I'm listening to everything and I want to put it to our audience to be thinking that everything that we're talking about, even at this very moment, about health and wellness and the differences, and breathing and being in the spot where you can tell what's in the room, sensing where you are and how you feel, and looking at what you take in your body, tends to come from who you think you are and who am I. So I think if we could even begin right now, including that thought with everything that our presenters are speaking about, we can join with them at the place where they're presenting. That we would think healthy, we would think wellness practices, we would think that. And so now we're going to ask about the holiday. We know somebody asked me last night, how are you doing? We did our community connect last night. And I said, I think 15 pounds too good. Okay. Because I know I splurged. So if it was anything unhealthy going on this holidays, I sure partake. Okay. I did the partaking. Okay. Because I had cornbread dressing. Okay. I had homemade cranberry sauce. And I'm going to go back to what Brother Sam is speaking. I had, listen, stir fried cabbage. I had, you name it, I had it. Okay, then. And I ate it for 2 days. Okay. I already know that I got 15 pounds because my metabolism has stopped, turned the ignition off, and everything. Okay. Most likely. I mean, I know. Okay. That means that it's an automatic. Now let's go back and see. So if that has happened prior to this, let's look at holiday thinking and holiday health. You see the reality of it and what we can do now. But can we throw this holiday health and holiday wellness into the ring and talk about that?
Yes, we
Yes,
definitely
we
can.
can, Dr. Lewis. And you know, man, I got a major comment on that. What you're talking about. You know, Thanksgiving, right, is the most toxic holiday on the planet. I mean, it's all rules are broken, everything's out the window, and you're getting ready to do some things to you that you normally wouldn't do to you. From that what you intake. The meat, vegetables, the sugar, the
Mm-mm.
desserts, and you name it. And then the willingness to be able to offset that by doing something, a detoxing protocol. And like I say, I do feet because everything that you need to connect with is there. Your feet are your fortune. Try to live a day without it. 7,000 reflexes, 2,000 nerves, cells, 133 ligaments. I mean, you name it, it's there. 25% of the bones of your body, they're right there. So I start there and allow you to begin to win from that aspect, to begin to get rid of the bad stuff. So the good stuff that you're recommended, say for what Dr. Joe recommends, if you want his stuff to work better, you got to get rid of the stuff that has brought toxicity in there. Some of us are so toxic that we enjoy the taste of being toxic. We don't know what you don't know what it tastes like to not be toxic. So we do those things, we gravitate to those things. And in our society here, they do a good job of making sure that you stay toxic. I think it was Joe that was talking about when food became a drug, some of the things that they did to the food is just unbelievable. And we find ourselves living in neighborhoods that I call them neighborhood gangsters on the corners. You got your Burger Kings, you got your Jack in the Box, all of these type of food. And their job is to get you sick, to keep you sick, or you won't be well. So you could come and get on that being treated platform. So now you uh that person that you see, I mean, you won't become. And what I like about what Joe talks about is at least here's a place where you can start. You can begin to start here by what? Stopping this. You can start here by stopping that. You can start here by taking this. You can start here by taking that and begin to get rid of the bad stuff so the good stuff that you take will begin to work. And see, but we're so into this microwave society that you want it to take place now. You've been getting toxic the last 30 years, and you want to be able to get right on the weekend. I just take this thing and bam. I'm telling you, if it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. But it is not. How we are made up, how our body is made up, how healing is built in our body, all the elements that are there. Even when you begin to look at stress, your body begins to release poison chemicals in our body that causes a negative response. And we're dealing with all of this, but because healing is built up in us, we have these natural defenses that take place, but at some point, hey, you're going to have to pay the cost because that grace and that mercy has run out, and you don't want to be on that end. And then you're dealing with the sick care treatment plan, a sick care society. They're not treating you that you'd be well. They're treating you so you can maintain being.
That's so true.
Yeah,
That's true.
you know
You
they.
got a question. You got a question text in here.
Okay.
Okay, one of the questions would be, how can you explain? In other words, they're saying, can you say something on what you do, what you eat, and what you do, and how it affects your feet?
Okay. They're saying what you do. Okay, just something simple. Okay, 80% of the shoes that we buy have petroleum soles, which equates into your feet getting full of heavy metals coming in your body through the shoes that you're wearing.
Mm-hmm.
And so something simple like wearing canvas soles or wearing leather soles to be able to offset that. And you're going to breathe in so many toxins. Oh my goodness. And here, fresh air. I mean, oh my goodness. How do we get a hold of some of that? Uh, but your feet are your fortune, right? Because, like I say, with all every part of you, you are able to access from the bottom of your feet. I'm telling you, you don't even know what feels good feels like. What is the standard? Are you measuring how I feel good? What makes me feel good? What is that standard that I'm using to determine that? And if you've not had 7,000 reflexes stimulated at one time, you don't even know what feel good feels like. Well, you say this may feel good. Well, you may feel better, but what we call good is not necessarily what you're saying is good because it's always better. But
Here's
if
a
something
question for
happens,
both of you. Here's a question coming through for both of you. So they want to know, what is it if a person, well, they're not saying it that way. They want to know, what is it that one can do during the holidays to minimize what you're speaking about? I guess speaking about health problems or whatever. What is it a person can do and partake with the family and enjoy? What are some of the practices that they can get involved in, Brother Sam or Brother Guy?
we'll let Brother Sam start because I know he hits it. He hits the nail on the head with this one.
Appreciate it, Dr. Guyton. Oh, well, my answer will be based on the standard American diet. So that means I know people do eat their meats and dairies and their grains, all different groups. So what I would say is, number one, I need you to get outside. I need you to exercise. I know it's cold outside. I need you to exercise. I need you to get proper sunlight. You know that the sun is a hormone. Vitamin D is a hormone. It's a happiness hormone. I need you to get some sunshine. Number two, I need you to take detox baths. And you can definitely do that. Put some baking soda. You can get some borax. Get all these different things. Get some Epsom salt. You soak in the tub. It can pull the impurities out your body. Number three, if you're going to have a meat, make sure you have a vegetable. Two vegetables. Make sure you eat at least three pieces of fruit every day. That means if you know you're going to eat a heavy meal later on, eat some fresh fruit in the morning. Limit your intake of oils being fried and limit your intake of processed sugars. If you know you're going to eat a certain meal that time of day, prep yourself, prepare yourself for the feast that you want. Now, if you're trying to heal, that's a whole different story. But if you're just trying to maintain through the holidays, you need to be balanced. So make sure you start off first with fruits and vegetables through the day. Then when it get later, then you eat that meal. Make sure you go walking every day. Walk for 30 minutes a day. Make sure you get some sunlight. Make sure you have proper hydration. Because right now, this is when alcohol is at an all-time high. Proper hydration is going to be needed to flush your body out. With that, you will maintain during this time of the year. You will not gain as much weight because your body will be working. Your body will have enough proper fluids in your body to flush out your body. Now, when it comes to healing, okay, we'll be need some healing after these holidays. You come to me and we're going to cleanse your gut. We're going to cleanse your mind. We're going to cleanse every single organ and cell in your body, and you will be your best self because like Miss Carlicia was talking about, like it's ourself and ourselves. It all goes together. And if you're dirty on the inside, you're gonna have dirty thoughts in your mind. No matter how good you think you are now, you can always be better. And like you said, Dr. Guyan, like what is it to like to really feel alive? I felt that before. You have to understand when you alive, you feel everything. When I say you feel everything, I was at a point my body was so clean and I was pressing my breath, because breath is the spirit. And it was entering into me and nothing else was coming into me but the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
I could feel. I had an aura around. I had a green aura around my body. I could
Mm-hmm.
see things before they happen. When people talk to me, I can feel their energy hit me and bounce back to them as I'm talking.
Mm-hmm.
You're not alive until you really cleanse your body and allow the spirit to take over. Because we put these worldly things, created GMO things in our body. and it's hindering us and it's leading us to these medical centers that we're designed to go to. We're designed by the standard American diet, designed by our place of employment, the restaurants in our neighborhood, to end up going to the hospital. That's the circle of life when you're in that construct. Let's break from that. You know, it's a culture. And then we think about our culture, we don't know who we are. I want you to look to yourself, but I want you to understand what was culture before slavery. Some people were plant based, some people ate meat, but guess what? They did not eat meat every single day. They had their own food. They knew how to grow their own food.
Mhm.
They actually took herbs. Every change of the season, they took herbs. And when you're sick, you're not supposed to eat. Look at nature. When a dog is sick, do they eat? No, because they know they're so in tune with themselves. They know how to heal because they're just going off of nature itself. We have been told how to live, and it took away from ourselves. You remember when we were kids, we used to question everything because certain things just didn't make sense.
Mhm.
But then we got indoctrinated to say like, well, this must make sense because this is what they're telling us. I want you to find your inner child again, asking questions like, hold on, this don't seem right. Cause when you're a child, like I feel like being a child is like the closest thing to being perfect to God because you haven't been tainted yet by this world. And you have the free mind and free thought. I want you to go back into yourself to your inner child and be free again. No worries in the world in the world. And I want you to get healthy again, healthy as you was as a child, and be even healthier than that. Now you can have your health and you have your wisdom.
This is so good, both of you here. So listen, I want to throw this out. So I went to visit. I had one on. I had several trips to Africa that was sponsored for me, and I had an opportunity to travel to different parts of the countries. So now listen. On one of those trips, I was looking at how the different areas thought a little differently, but they all seem to believe. And I had an opportunity to study with the medicine man for a while. And this is what he said to me. And I want both of you to respond. He says, once, if I can get you before you go to the doctor, I could heal you. But once you go to the physician, I can work with your physician if you come to me first. But once you go to the physician, I cannot really help you as much because the natural medicines or what I will have you to do will heal you. But once you have the chemicals in you, it makes it very difficult for your healing process to occur. So I just want you to share some of the natural healing that the two of you could engage in prior to, how would it help a person and their feet? How would it help a person? Oh, here's a question here coming in now. I had people to text me this morning on my friends.
You
And
know,
here's
you know
one
what,
that says,
Dr. Lewis?
yes,
Before you before you ask that question, I want to give people an analogy that everybody can relate to
yes,
regarding what you just said. Think about we all have family and we have certain family that do different things, some that we might frown upon, some we be happy to see. So
hmm,
let's just think about money, because everybody does think about money. It's not a good thing or bad thing, it's just money. And I want you to understand that when you have a person that comes to you for money all the time, and it's called enabling, right?
yes,
And so we keep giving to them because we're like, okay, we doing this because we want them to get better. So the enabling part is it's going to be the medical center. So we're going to keep giving these pills to make you feel better, but they keep coming back because they keep needing money. Now the money is the sickness. The sickness keep coming back, keep taking the pills to keep it at bay, but they keep coming back every time. So I'm taking pills 2 times, 3 times a day, once a month, once a week. The sickness is the money, the enabler is the medical center.
Mhm.
So one day I'm like, okay, you're not getting better. I need to just cut you off. Now you cut everything off, and now you gotta work for yourself. You got to do for yourself. Then you're like, okay, now once you do for yourself, they figure out a way to get what they need. They figure out a way to get that money. Now, when we dealing with health, we be handicapping people. So when you take a so-called medicine, a pharmaceutical drug, your body is intelligent. If I'm lifting up some weights, that's 100 pounds, and I'm struggling, but my body will get stronger to adapt to the 100 pounds. If I'm picking up a weight that's 100 pounds and someone's always helping me pick it up, my body will only go so far. My body will only build the strength to what that person is helping me. So when it comes to healing, when it comes to medicine, your body will stop producing things if the medication going to do it, because why would it overwork itself? So most people that have sleep issues, it has an effect on the brain. Do you know the body will stop producing certain hormones and chemical reactions,
Mhm.
and it causes an imbalance in the body? So 95% of people that have sleeping issue will end up taking antidepressants because it brings an imbalance. Do you know that people that take blood pressure medicine or they had clogged arteries, they have what? Had to take blood thinners because everything's clotted up. Do you know that your body will naturally not try to clot up because you have a blood thinner trying to not let it clot up? And your body will stop doing things. Do you know when you're diabetic and you take in metformin or any type of drug that they're giving you? Do you know that your body will stop trying to produce insulin
Hmm. Hmm.
because the drug doing it for it, but that drug causes an imbalance and causes kidney failure. So most diabetics end up on dialysis. And then when you have kidney issues, most people that have kidney issues end up passing away of heart disease. It all goes hand in hand. So the thing is, it's right what he's saying because the physician is handicapping you. It's not holding you accountable for yourself. Doctors are needed. Doctors are needed for broken bones, for serious injuries. But 95% of all diseases come from lifestyle.
I want to show
So
you.
when it comes down to it,
I'm gonna call you back.
I need people to stop being enabled by these doctors, and I need people to come together, hold themselves accountable, and eat right for 2 weeks straight. Eat right for 1 month. Most of us been on this world for over 50 years, but we can't take 30 to 60 days to ourselves to get right. But we done did 30, 60 days to do other things in life that did harm to us. So I'm just letting people know, like, if you're going to enable yourself to get sick, it's going to continue to happen. Every life is in cycles. If you don't do anything different, I guarantee you the same results. You will be 100% correct every time. So I need you to take the proper herbs for your body. I need you to take things for y'all. People with bad vision, people with glaucomas and cataracts and poor vision.
Hmm.
I have eye drops that clear visions of. Like my grandma has 20/20 vision in her right eye now. I have people that were wearing glasses. They ain't not wearing glasses no more. And the doctor can't do that. All they're gonna do is give you surgery. And then it's gonna cause what? Scar tissue and inflammation in the eye. And it's gonna cause other problems in the long run. We're here to heal people, make you well. We're not here to put a band-aid on you. Cause one thing we learned about band-aids, or when we kids and we didn't feel like cleaning up, we hide stuff in a closet. It's only going to get bigger. And then the next time we actually pull that scab back to address it, it's going to be too much to handle. So let's get
Right.
ourselves right now.
That's a good way of putting it. That's a good way of putting it. So one of the things that I hear is that in order to look at this wellness process, one thing is that we would have to, and I do know this part, when I hear you saying it, is that we'll have to also prepare, plan, think, prepare, and plan. So let's see if we can give our audience, both of you, one thing or two things that they could initiate right now to plan during the holidays and how to go about doing it.
You know, Dr. Lewis, You need to act like every day is a holiday. You get to live, right? And you know, just take the word diet, right? Diet. Do I eat this? Do I eat that? You know, and the power of choice is the thing that you have to decide that you're going to do what's necessary to do what's best for you. And when you begin to do that, you'll begin to do it more. You're not going to start right at the top of the mountain, but you could definitely build up and climb to the mountain where there's strategies that you'll begin to do and apply in order to be the best version of yourself or become the best version of yourself. Now, here we are. Uh, the food is basically not designed to get you well, but there are choices that you can make in order to navigate through it. Uh, people that you have so many physician created diseases that will allow them to continue to run that system and allow us to be the ones that cause that system or fuel that system with the finances it needs to help a very few people uh, live a life. And a lot of those guys, they don't do exactly what we're talking about doing. But you know what's interesting, Dr. Lewis? If you would even just look at the lifespan of the average doctor, you look at the lifespan of the average doctor, and then from there, what you'll do is see, they don't live long. By the end of 69, 70, most of those guys are out because they're a product of themselves. So what we have to really do is take this information. We have to take all of this that we're required to do what's best for us and let it become a lifestyle. And in that becoming a lifestyle, we'll be able to do it. Like what I do relief through relaxation. I get rid of toxins. I get rid of those heavy metals. Come see me. I can help, and we'll show you how to turn some things around. But it's up to you to do those things and continue to do those things to turn things around. You get toxic every day. So, and if you're looking for the instant answer, if you're looking for the quick fix, I apologize to everyone. It does not exist. It does not exist. It's in your consistency of doing what's best for you. It's in your consistency of taking this information and live it. The scriptures say that my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So now that you know better, are you willing to do better and do better and do better and do better? It's crazy to drive a car that looks better than you feel. It's crazy for you to wear something that looks better than you feel. Why not you be the priority in your life to you? Let me
That's
do
a
the
good
things
way.
necessary to be being the best version of myself and go from there.
I
There's a
want to
lot
hear
of
more
us.
about it, but I know that they're telling me we got about 3 minutes left, and I want to hear from Brother Sam and us pull it together to leave the audience with that so they'll know how to. So you gave us an idea of how to rethink it and to value ourselves. And so, Brother Sam, give us an idea for what you have to give us a beginning. Those of us, some people have not started. Some people are just hearing what to do. And some people are hearing that it's important to do, but they don't know what to do, how to begin themselves. And so we want to kind of jumpstart that idea. And so,
Okay.
Brother Sam, do you have something you want to leave them with?
Most definitely. The one thing that I will recommend is 6 glasses of spring water a day with a hint of key lime or lemon squeezed into it, and then squeeze it, then put the key lime and lemon into it. Uh, like a little dash of sea salt, not Himalayan salt, but real Celtic sea salt, and a sprinkle of cayenne pepper. Mix it, drink it. What that will do, it will get your lymphatic system going. It will balance out your hormones. It will give you energy. It give you vitamin A. It will increase your metabolism. It will help with your heart. It will help with your blood flow. I need you to do that every single day during this holiday, and your body will be working better than what it once was. That's something very simple,
Mhm.
very cost effective, and it will be beneficial to you because you have to understand this. Remember, I told you about this is time of year that heart attacks increase. Cayenne pepper stops heart attacks. So just to let y'all know that.
Mhm.
So definitely get a little bit of cayenne. It won't be hot. Just put a sprinkle into the water and your body will be working out properly.
Dr.
So
Lewis,
I want to thank both of you for
yeah,
being on this morning. I see we're right at our hour
yeah.
of
Can I-
ending, but here's what I want the audience to know is that you will be able to see these people and you will be able to schedule appointments with them. And please go to wrc-houston.com. Make it December the 5th. They're going to have all their information there and you'll be able to schedule appointments. Now, listen, Saturday Wellness Clinic is online and it's hybrid and it's on person. You'll be able to go to them and get information on the first Saturdays starting in January. And you can even go this Saturday, and I'll work that out where we're usually at Trinity United. And so we can set up there and you can go in. They will have products right on site. And but the thing is that you can register online for private consultations, and in that you do that, your insurance can cover your treatment with myself under psychological care and stress management and those things. So while we're doing that, we will offer that to you. Okay, and you do not have to pay separately for it. So please go to wrc-houston.com and get your health check and find out with our nurse practitioner, and then you'll be able to follow up with that. Look, you got some awesome people that's going to provide whole body wellness, natural care, and we also have a natural care physician. So we're going to work as a team to do this, and I'm so excited. So now I'm going to give a testimony. So I did go to Dr. G some years ago, and my feet were swollen, and I had gone through this difficult thing of illness and loss with my husband. And so one of the things that I happened to do is to do the detox because of going through that stressful period, and my feet just turned just did wonders. All the swelling went down. This is not fake. This all my swelling went down, and I believe I have. He probably has some pictures of my feet before and after. But anyway, those are awesome, and we do that for churches and congregations. We do wellness. Those of you who are pastors watching, so we did have a bishop that was actually on a Sunday disbelieving what detox can do, and he did a detox and we did the wellness and offered nutrition, and the thing is that the person blew their mind that they had all that thing, and I am going to ask him for a written testimony this week so we can get that in writing. Okay, then, so you will know all about it. Okay, I do want to say, I know they're telling us we're 2 minutes over. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brother Sam, Rooted to Wellness. Thank you, Dr. Guyton, Winning Wellness for Life. Thank you for being here today. Um, I'm going to say renew your beliefs, rebuild faith, and reconnect families and communities. For it's not the circumstances we meet, it is the manner in which we respond that determines health, happiness, and success. I look forward to seeing you all same time, same place, same station next week. Saturday, please sign on if you're interested. Send a text or get in the email ips.health1@gmail.com. We have Brother Rashid who's going to talk about how wealth finances relate to wellness and how you can really set that in motion now and be ready for the new year. Okay, and I look forward to seeing you same place, same time. Thank you now. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you and good evening.
Thank you. All right, Doc. That was pretty good.
Hey man, I love hanging out with you, man. You're the best. I
Uh,
tell everybody about you. So we're just gonna keep it moving. As you